What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L. here. Out on Netflix now is the new film called The After Party, which is pretty much about like a guy who's pretty much trying to get a record deal, especially after an embarrassing video and stuff. I'll probably post a review of it maybe in a bit. I really dug the movie, by the way, but the movie is pretty much a hip hop related video. So have me think of what are some the best hip hop related movies out there. Now I pretty much gonna be counting down my top 10 favorite hip hop related movies. Alright. With that being said, here's my list. Number 10 will be a film called Patty Cakes, which got released last August. Such an underrated little flick. This movie played at Sundance last January with rave reviews, and it did okay in the box office, but it didn't really. Since its release, it hasn't really been talked about as much as it should have. Pancakes is a fantastic little movie. If you haven't seen Patty Cakes, it's so good. It's about like this plus side female who's like living with a alcoholic mother, and to support her and her mother, she decides to be like an aspiring rapper, and it's a really heartfelt little flick. I really like the lead actress in this, played by Danielle McDonald. She gave a really good performance as a lead. Bridget Everett, who I still think should have gotten an Oscar nomination for her performance in this, or at least an Independent Spirit nomination for her performance as the mother. She was so good in this movie. Like the direction was so good. I love the music as well. By far, the song in this, I think it was called PB&J. I think that's the name of the song. That song was fantastic. I think that song should have at least gotten like a best original song nomination because it's the beat's awesome, and definitely probably check out the soundtrack as well because it had a really good soundtrack to it. It pretty much felt like a female version of 8 Mile if you look at it. But yeah, whenever you get a chance, if it's like on Netflix or whatever, give Pancakes a go. It's on HBO now. Well, not now, but it's actually still on HBO. So if you wanna check it out, either check it out on HBO, Netflix, whatever. Give that movie a go. I think you'll probably enjoy it. At number 9 is last year's film All Eyes on Me, which was pretty much a biopic about Tupac Shakur, who tragically passed away like in the late '90s. I think it was '96 or '97 when he passed away. Now the movie got lots of hate, including from Jada Pinkett Smith, but I don't know. I didn't find the movie to be all that bad. The dude who played Tupac, the actor's name is Demetrius Shipp Jr. He was fantastic as well. He totally looks so much like Tupac. And he pretty much moved like Tupac. Really, it felt like Tupac was alive and starring in his own movie. That's how he totally felt like Tupac all around. And of course, the dude who played Biggie in this, who also played Biggie before in another movie, I'm probably gonna mention on in this top 10. He was good as Biggie Small. You also had Cat Graham from Vampire Diaries fame as Jada Pinkett Smith. Um, can't remember who else was in this. Oh yeah, Diana Guerrera, who was just in Black Panther. She played Tupac's mom. You also got Hill Harper, Lauren Cohen from Walking Dead fame, Dominic L. Satana played Suge Knight. Pretty decent cast in this. Yeah, I definitely really dug the film. You know, it wasn't like great. You know, if you get a chance, I say give All Eyes on Me a go as well. It's really good. You know, it's especially if you're like a Tupac fan. Also, there's like other Tupac documentaries that I also found to be good. You know, Tupac's life I find to be pretty fascinating. You know, the guy really lived a pretty good life. And I mean, I can't wait to see that like Tupac and Biggie murder mystery film with Johnny Depp that was supposed to be released in September. And anyway, but as I said, check out All Eyes on Me. It's actually really good, and I am so glad they got the rights for Tupac's music because I think this movie probably would have been terrible if they didn't use Tupac's film music. That I meant my bad. At number 8 is the 2001. Oh no, 2003 comedy Marcy X, which starred Lisa Kudrow as a rich relay who takes control of a hardcore hip hop recording label. And she pretty much tries to reign on like the one of label's most controversial rappers. It's a really good movie. It's kind of underrated, also. You know, it also starred Lisa Kudrow from Friends fame. Damon Wayans was in this. I really dug some of the rap that was also featured. Jane Krakowski from Dirty Rock fame was in this. Christine Baranski, Paula Garcia was in this. Pretty good supporting cast as well. Now, I like Lisa Kudrow, but she should never rap. She did like a rap scene in this, and definitely was probably not that good. Like, pretty much Lisa Kudrow's not a rapper, so yeah, that rap scene. I don't know that. I have no idea what she was doing with that scene, but I still like the movie though. Just Lisa Kudrow rapping was not that good. Anyway, number 7 will be the 2015 comedy Dope, which had the likes of Shamik Moore, who's the voice of Miles Morales in the upcoming Spider-Man movie, Tony Rivoli, who was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Kiersey Clemens was in this. It was Rick Famuyiwa, I think that's how I pronounce his name. He was supposed to direct the Flash movie, but that never went true. Dope is actually a really good little movie. You even got like rappers like ASAP Rocky and Tyga was actually in this. Yo, Tyga actually really surprised me of how good he was. I mean, I mostly know Tyga as like a rapper. I did not know that he could be this good. I mean, he pretty much played like a gangster and all, but I don't want to go, spoil territory of Tyga's role in this, but he was actually really decent. And ASAP Rocky wasn't half bad in this either. I mean, ASAP Rocky isn't going to be as good as, like, let's say T.I. is or maybe Common, but I found him pretty decent and dope. I mean, yeah, if you haven't had a chance to check out the 2015 Dope, I find this should be completely underrated. It has really good hip hop in it. It's kind of sort of a love letter to 90s hip hop if you want to look at it. But yeah, check out Dope. It's a really good little movie. At number 6 is another rap biopic, and that will be Notorious, which is the biopic about Notorious B.I.G. Funny enough, Jamar Woodlord, I think his name is Woodlord or Woodlord. Yeah, Woodlord. He plays Notorious B.I.G. in the movie. He also played Notorious B.I.G. in the Tupac movie All Eyes on Me, which I just mentioned. I kind of find that pretty cool. He was actually a really good Notorious B.I.G. I thought he gave a really good performance, and he even had Anthony Mackie as a Tupac, which was okay, but I found him to be a little sort of miscast as the role of Tupac and all. I mean, he also had the girl Notori Naughton from Power fame. She played like Lil Kim. Angela Bassett was in this. So funny that Angela Bassett played Notorious B.I.G.'s mom in this, and Dinah Guerrero played Tupac's mom in the All Eyes on Me movie, the Tupac film. It's funny because they both pretty much was in Black Panther in Wakanda. So if you want to look at it, it's pretty that awkward moment is when you find out that Tupac and Notorious B.I.G.'s folks was in Wakanda. If you want to look at it, pretty funny. I just found that pretty cool. Anyway, back to Notorious. The movie actually turns 10 years. No, not 10. Wait, yeah, 10 years old in January. This movie is such a fantastic flick. Just like I said about Tupac, about the guy who played Tupac, Jamar Woodlord, who plays Biggie, seeing him play Biggie on the screen is pretty much sort of like Biggie, didn't pass and he's like starring his own movie, Kind of the way how Daniel Day-Lewis like embodied the role as Abraham Lincoln. This guy embodied the role as Biggie Small. It totally looked like Biggie was up there and actually acting as himself. I found that pretty interesting. But yeah, if you still haven't seen Notorious, it's fantastic. Good performances, like the music. Of course, it's music by B.I.G. and all. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with music by Biggie Small. Anyway, at number 5 will be the 2000, I think it's 2003 or 2002 comedy Malibu's Most Wanted, which starred Jamie Kennedy. You also had Anthony Anderson in that, Taye Diggs, Nick Swartzen, Cal Penn. I love Malibu's Most Wanted. I feel so bad that poor Jamie Kennedy had to go from that to the Shift Fest Son of the Master movie. What the heck happened to this poor guy? I wish Jamie Kennedy would come back. He did like Son of the Mask and he did like those Tremors sequels. The guy needs to make a good comeback. I think do another Malibu's Most Wanted. I'll let you see what the character has been like, what the character's been up to out of all these years now. Like, come on, let's get another Malibu's Most Wanted. He should have done that instead of saying yes to Son of the Mask. Also, Jamie Kennedy, like unlike Alicia Kudrow, Jamie Kennedy could actually rap well. I don't know if that was actually him rapping or whatever, but he did a really good job with rapping. Like, if no one has seen Malibu's Most Wanted, it's a fantastic little comedy. I don't want to really spoil too much or anything, but check it out. It's hilarious. At number 4 will be another biopic, and that will be Straight Outta Compton. Of course, it's a biopic about NWA. You had Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., playing Ice Cube. You also had Jason Mitchell as Eazy-E, and Corey Hawkins as Dr. Dre. Straight Outta Compton was fantastic. They really went in deep with the NWA story. Ice Cube's son was so good at playing his dad. This O'Shea Jackson Jr. When I first saw him in Straight Outta Compton, I was like, okay, he's just imitating his dad and stuff. Then I saw him in like other stuff down the line, and he's become a pretty decent actor. You know, he's not just the guy who just played his dad and imitated his dad. He's a legit actor. And I'm also becoming a fan of Jason Mitchell. He's on the show called The Chi, and the guy is really awesome. Like, the dude is such a good actor. And I think Lakeith Stanfield, if I'm not mistaken, played Snoop Dogg in this. Yeah, that was Lakeith Stanfield from Atlanta. I keep forgetting he was Snoop Dogg. I mean, he also had Alexandra Shipp in this, who of course played Aaliyah, so she's no stranger to biopic related stuff. This film is also directed by F. Gary Gray, who directed Ice Cube in the first Friday. So I found that pretty cool. NWA was pretty much one of the best rap groups out there, you know. And they really went all deep with this movie, and I loved it every second. Like, the movie had me on the edge of my seat from the beginning all the way, you know, to the end. It made me, like, after I saw this movie, you know, I decided to do more research on NWA. Their life was was fascinating. R.I.P. Easy, you definitely will be missed. And R.I.P. Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. You know, rap is not really the same without you guys. Trust me, rap's not the same without you guys. At least back in the days, there was no rappers with 69 in their names. Anyway, I'm not here talking smack about, you know, rappers. I'm talking about my top 10. Anyway, yes, check out Straight Outta Compton. I love this movie. At number 3 is the 2005 comedy Hustle and Flow. This movie is awesome. Before they became Lucius and Cookie Lyon in Empire, Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson pretty much had a duet rap scene in Hustle and Flow. Remember? You know, it's all that here for Pimp. Awesome song. This has some awesome tracks to it. You know, you got Whip That Trick. Um, it's hard out here for Pimp. Can't really remember all the songs, but the songs in this are awesome. Terrence Howard gave a darn good performance in this. He also had like Anthony Anderson in this way before Blackish. He was also in Malibu's Most Wanted, by the way. So he's kind of on this list twice. I find that pretty funny. You also got the new guy himself, DJ Qualls. Tyron Manny, who's on Orange is the Black, was in this. Even Ludacris, he was actually really awesome in this. Yeah, I simply handedly love this movie. You know, it's good performances, good music. You know, I know it's kept like a little fishy, but I would be down to see another another Hustle and Flow. I'd be down to see where Terrence Howard and the gang, you know, all from, you know, now. And I still got some of the songs like in my phone, and I'll listen to them whenever I could. The songs in this are really catchy. But yeah, if you some reason still haven't seen Hustle and Flow, if you're like a hip hop fan, Hustle and Flow is for you. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Dre something Mafia. Crap, what's her name? I know it's Dre Mafia something. I can't remember the actual name. I think they were like the first rap group to actually win for Best Original Song. I think I gotta really double check that, but I'm pretty positive. I'll double check that. It's crazy how they won an Oscar before Leo DiCaprio, but at least Leo DiCaprio still has the Oscar. But anyway, definitely give Hustle and Flow a go. It's the movie came out in 2005, and I think that thing still holds up today. And that's one reason why I love Empire, because, you know, I love the Hustle and Flow reunion between Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. Anyway, number 2 is a classic, and that is House Party. the main man himself, Kid and Play. This movie is an all time classic. You know, it's if this is like a love letter to hip hop. This is pretty much like '90s hip. Like this movie came out in the '90s where hip hop was pretty much becoming bigger, like more popular and all. This movie is so darn good. You know, you got Kid and Play, Martin Lawrence, Tisha Campbell Martin, kind of a few years before Martin, believe it or not. House Party is awesome. And the dad was also awesome too. I think his name was Robin Harris. Yeah, can't believe I froze up on Robin Harris's name, but rest in peace, Robin Harris. He was awesome in this movie. This, of course, came out when hip hop was actually hip hop, and not and there was no rappers with 69 in their names. I gotta say, I really love like some of the music that was featured in this, especially the one in the jail scene. I'm not gonna repeat the whole lyrics, but that scene was awesome. The sequence that came after this wasn't all that great, but the first one is a classic. And now they're also going to reboot the movie, which I guess is supposed to be produced by LeBron James. So we'll see how a new House Party could do with today's culture, because hip hop nowadays is not that great. Some are actually. I'm not saying all like modern hip hop and rap isn't great. I'm not saying that. Like I like Kendrick Lamar, and there are some rap, and Drake's cool. There are some rappers, nowadays, like modern rappers that do like. All right, but still, if you still haven't seen House Party, what are you waiting for? It's awesome. All right, number one is kind of no brainer. Number one is 8 Mile, the 2000 and I think it's 2002. I didn't need my phone for that one this time. It was 2002, starring the awesome Eminem at the hype of the guy's career. The song "Lose Yourself" was actually the first rap to win Best Original Song, and that song "Lose Yourself" is so catchy. That song really still holds up today. And speak of Anthony Mackie, he was also in this movie. That rap battle scene is pretty iconic. Battle scene is spoof. Automatically what that scene's from. It's from 8 Mile. I mean, Scary Movie 3, of course, spoofed that scene. Even Robot Chicken with the Looney Tunes gang actually spoofed that 8 Mile scene. It's a classic. Eminem, he still goes strong. He's still going strong. He's still doing music, and I mean, the guy is still by far one of the best rappers out there. And I thought he did a fantastic job with this movie. He's not like a world class actor or anything, but you know what? Pretty much Eminem was kind of playing like a version of himself. It was technically like a biopic about Eminem, if you want to look at it. Kind of like how Purple Rain was technically like a biopic about Prince in a weird way, but not fully about Prince. Also, Kim Basinger was really good at playing like Eminem's mom in this. The late Brittany Murphy, R.I.P. Brittany Murphy, she was really good in this. I believe you had like Mackay Pfeiffer. He appeared in this. Good supporting cast around Eminem. Sadly, the director of this passed away last year. I think his name was Craig. Wait. Oh, Curtis Hanson. That's his. That was his name. Why was I freezing up on the name? But sadly, Curtis Hanson passed away last year. Sad because he did a really good job with 8 Mile. Like the other films on my list, 8 Mile also had some darn good music. Lots of which was, of course, performed by Eminem. I mean, if you guys are an are a fan of Eminem, I think you'll probably get kicked out of 8 Mile. It's awesome, you know. All right, that's pretty much my top 10 list. Let me go down the list. Number 10, Patty Cake. 9, All Eyes on Me. 8, Mars CX. 7, Dope. 6, Notorious. 5, Malibu's Most Wanted. 4, Straight Out Compton. 3, Hustle and Flow. 2, House Party. 1, 8 Mile. I can also go with other one. I really like that Chris Rock one, CB4. That's awesome. There's also a few documentaries I probably could have added. There's like a Michael Rappaport one. I forgot the name. There's also a like a rap documentary that was directed by Ice-T. There's also the Tupac and Biggie doc. There's a few good rap documentaries out there. But anyway, what's your favorite rap / hip hop related movies? You know, is there one that's like not on my top 10 that you'll actually add? You know, leave your comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This year is Thomas L. signing off.